much good are you willing to allow? How much divinity are you willing to embrace? And so knowing that your good is a limitless, endless, eternal supply, simply allow for all that has been released to be completely released through the soles of the feet to Gaia Mother Earth, to recycle, refresh, restore, repurpose. You may want to just rub the feet against the ground or wherever you're being supported. Simply allow for the heart space to fill with gratitude with each inhalation. Gratitude for all the blessings, insight, intelligence, and revelations, healings, demonstrations. And with the exhale, exhaling and releasing even more gratitude. And with our next inhalation, bringing ourselves back to the body temple, physical form. May want to tap the toes to the ground and the fingertips gently together. Feel the chair supporting you, feel the air. And when you're ready and in your own time, just simply allow for the outer eyes to gently open. We allow for this field of gratitude and plenitude to infuse the sanctuary space for all who now enter are able to receive a personal, unique, individualized blessing, miracle, demonstration, revelation. By your joint consciousness here this morning, I'm so grateful. This concludes the meditation portion of today's service. With love and blessings. Namaste.
Welcome. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, from African we unite in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together, oh, we come together in the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, 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 hey, hey. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Yes, I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes, I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here's Rick.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Spiritual Center in Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us live in our beautiful sanctuary and those who follow us on Facebook Live and watch remotely on YouTube. My name is Rick, and it's truly an honor and a privilege to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We are a New Thought spiritual community and all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religions, traditions, and spiritual paths. We focus on the philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, and gender expressions, and races and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. If you are with us for the first time, raise your hand and allow us to properly greet you. We are delighted to have you all with us today. A gentle reminder to please silence your cell phones and place them away so you may participate more fully. I'm sorry, I should have paused. If there's any new people here? Okay, well, I like the old people too, so. Okay, and here's Mark, or Gilman.
Okay. Thanks, Rick. So we're just going to take a couple minutes here to kind of get centered and think about the spiritual system of the universe. This is a song that was sung by the great Satchmo a few years ago. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world, yeah. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day and a dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. I said, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yes.
I invite us to take in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Let's do that together. We breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Exhale and release anything and everything that does not match all that is divine. Another exhale out, releasing anything and everything that does not match all that is sacred. And another exhale out, releasing anything and everything that does not match all that is holy. Just let it go. And so as we return to our normal breathing pattern, we're reminded that the power and the presence, the love of divine intelligence, call it whatever you wish to call it, God, Spirit, Mother, Father, is here and now in this place. It's in this space. It's in me. It's in you. It is right where we are, and it is from this place of unity, unification, and oneness. That's the platform from which I speak my word. Blessing this service as it continues to unfold with ease and grace, a sense of surrender and play, a joy, a willingness to allow for whatever demonstration, revelation, insight, whatever blessing to reach all those who are within the sound of my voice right here and right now. Indeed, it can be a wonderful world. And so we rise to the highest of the highest in consciousness, able and willing to surrender all that no longer serves us, anything, any false doubts, fears, doubts, trepidations, worries, sense of not enoughness, sense of lack of self-worth. Anything that's been holding us back, just let it go. Let's do it together now with an ah or an exhale. Whether it's known or unknown, just let it go. And with our next breath, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath to infuse, to permit, to allow for our highest and best good to come forth right here and right now by our willingness to declare it as so and willingness to receive it as so. We embrace it, inviting you to embrace it. For whatever is for your highest and best good must be retained, and anything else can slip away back to the nothingness from which it came. We bless and release all those things in every category. And so as we do each week, we remember those who have called our prayer ministries. And first we say our own names into the space. Brother Mark. All those who now we hold in prayer in our hearts, just say out loud into the space. Bonnie T, Gail Y, Jean, P, Ed. Know that Spirit knows a way to make a way where we and the human may not see a way. Where miracles are ordinary, this is what I call forth. I call forth for the highest and best, for each individual, for each of us individually, all of us collectively. And as we continue now, we hold the idea, the notion of peace, right here and right now, throughout the world. We start within ourselves again. It's a mandatory thing. We take our consciousness of peace now with the capital P, the peace that passes human understanding. Let's take it through our city and state. You can see it elevate and escalate through the roof of the sanctuary space. Into the stars, the skies, the galaxies. See it go from our city and state to all cities and states in the United States. Like a cloud of good, a cloud of truth, the cloud of peace, a shield of peace. See it now cross the oceans to all those areas in struggle, conflict, strife. See vital humanitarian aid reach all those in need. See pathways made. Call forth in your mind's eye for world leaders to change their policies, minds, words to peace with a capital P. No explanation required. Expect it. Declare it. Affirm it. See it as real and so. And stay in this energetic with me on the rock of truth, knowing that it must manifest, it must demonstrate. For two or more are gathered, we shall not be moved nor swayed till we see peace with the capital P everywhere on the planet for all sentient beings. And so I invite you now to just breathe in again the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Blessing the rest of this service as it continues to unfold. Blessing the meetings that happen after the fellowship time and then the membership meeting that happens after today. Knowing it all unfolds perfectly, divinely, in order and harmony with grace. And invite Spirit in your heart in a way that you've never invited it up until this moment in time. Allow it to infuse, envelop, heal, transform, and reveal all that must be known for your soul at this very moment in time on your soul's journey on the sacred path we call life. So with a grateful heart, I release my word to the law of life, indeed knowing it is fulfilled, indeed knowing it is complete and done, and invite you together to say with me, and so it is. And now Rick is going to make his way up to do the reading for today.
With every step I unraveled, a little more of me revealed. The further I went, my heart, it turns out, is both the strongest and weakest thing about me. The way it bends and breaks and mends again, I'm so wildly hopeful. And I should know better, but I've yet to witness a sunset that wasn't worth chasing, I've learned that my greatest failings held the seeds of my biggest blessings. I've learned that starting over is sometimes a step forward. I've learned when to let silence speak for me, and that I'll row for a good reason. I've got a long way to go, though I'm always exactly where I'm supposed to be. Finding peace is uncertainty. The storms are past of my story, part of my story, necessary to my journey. I feel my old life wilting like weeds inside me, while everything's meant to survive thrives. I'm not afraid of decay. Like wildflowers I open, I grow. There's beauty in my becoming. J. Raymond, thank you.
Thanks, Rick. If you look over by the window over here, there's a little poster from an event that we held way back in 2017. It was a benefit for the Standing Rock Indians, their legal defense fund. They were fighting for clean water. I don't know if you remember that, but certain people wanted to put an oil pipeline right through their clean water. And we had a lot of Native Americans that showed up for that, Native American poetry and stuff like that. I wrote this little song called The Power of the Sun. There should be handouts maybe on the table if you didn't get the lyrics. It's kind of a sing-along, because when we get to the bridge, I'm going to sing the bridge, and you just keep going with the verses, the first three verses. There's some on the tables there, if you don't have one. And so your part is just... The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. Okay, and then the power of the wind, we only need to harness it. Power of water, we only need to channel it. And once you guys get that going, then I'll go ahead and do the bridge here. But it's supposed to start with a Native American flute part, which I don't have a Native American flute, so I'll just whistle. Okay? The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. The power of the wind is free and infinite. We only need to harness it. The power of the wind is free and infinite. We only need to harness it. The power of water is free and infinite. We only need to channel it. The power of water is free and infinite. We only need to... Back to the first one. The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. Keep it going. The power of the sun is free and infinite. We only need to gather it. We are the caretakers of this land. Does not belong to mortal man. Grandfather planted in this place. Earth Mother blessed us with her grace. It's up to us, the chosen ones, to leave our daughters and our sons, clean air and water when we're done, grandchildren laughing in the power of the sun. Okay. The power of spirit is free and infinite. We only need to dwell in it. The power of spirit is free and infinite. We only need to dwell in it. And the power of our mind is free and infinite. We only need to challenge it. The power of our mind is free and infinite. We only need to challenge it. And the power of resolve is free and infinite. We only need to strengthen it. The power of resolve is free and infinite. We only need to strengthen it. And the power of unity is free and infinite. We only need togetherness. The power of unity is free and infinite. We only need togetherness.
Ladies and gentlemen, our music director, Gilman Carver.
Thank you.
Excellent. So today's topic, do you know it? The spiritual system of the universe. Is that what it is? Is that right? So it's basically inspired by this pamphlet, which I found in the back in our lending library, last published in 1972, and it had many publications since then, before then. So we'll have a handout. I'm going to have a handout for you later during the offering. I just want you to kind of be with the idea of this. It's the idea of our teaching symbol. Spirit, soul, body, seed, soil, plant. So spirit is everywhere present, and based on the idea that our thoughts are things and that words have power and that we are creative beings. Can everybody be with that? I've lost most of the crowd. So I'm going to read part of this to you, and let's see what we think. It's very, very brief. The universe is a spiritual system governed by immutable laws of cause and effect. The human man is an integral part of the system, inseparable from it. At first, we do not understand our own nature, and thereby, by the very law which could produce freedom, we can experience limitation. We could call the limitation any number of names. We perceive our true relationship to the universe and live in conscious union with it. Then we can reproduce in our own individual life the vast cosmic order. This concept is identical with that held most by the great thinkers throughout the ages. We are not to think of the physical senses as opposed to truth or reality. The impression received by the average person is true, so far as it goes. It is not the objective experience, but our subjective reaction to and interpretation of it, which matters. There's no such thing as living spirit and dead matter. There's a tireless energy moving in, upon, and through everything. We should not think of spirit or living reality as being opposed to objective life. We should realize that there are different degrees of intelligence which constitute the livingness of things. The animal has more intelligence than the plant. Man has more intelligence than an animal. The higher the form of intelligence, the more volition it may have. The higher the form of intelligence, the less restriction is placed upon it. Matter has form, intelligence has thought. Form is limited to the space which it occupies. Thought is not limited. So I'm going to take a break from the reading. It's almost complete for the first paragraph. But if you look again at the teaching symbol below, spirit in everything, soul, body, seed, soil, plant. So we're creative beings, and we can, if we don't like what we're experiencing in our life, we have the power to weed the unconscious, subconscious. We can weed that garden. That's the fertile soil. and then change the outcome, which is the body and the physical form. Back to the pamphlet. Conclusion. From this analysis, we gather these simple but all-important ideas. There's a universal creative spirit whose sole mode of operation is pure thought. This is the only way it can express itself. These are capital I's on the it and itself. So spirit as me, spirit as you. Since thought is the primary creative energy, it exists prior to motion, time, space, or form, and is the creator of them. Being absolute cause, it is independent of any effects. The effect of the creative power of thought is not an illusion. Rather, it's an inevitable and necessary conclusion, without which even spirit could not come into fruition. The physical universe is a result of the meditation of God. It is a projection of the absolute cause upon a screen of experience. It did not make itself and cannot change itself. It is real enough as experience, but never a law unto itself. And it says, the last part of this is personal lesson. Spirit is omnipresent. Therefore, it is within me. I think, therefore, God thinks through me. My thought is the creative spirit thinking in me. This creative spirit is independent of any circumstance, condition, or situation whatsoever. It is therefore possible for me to recreate my life. First, I must learn how to recreate my thought. In order to do this, I shall not have to deny any objective experience. I must merely create a new experience through a new order of meditation. My hope of freedom lies not in believing that there is a reality and an illusion, but rather in staying close to reality and in thinking about those things I wish to experience, rather than their opposite. Spirit as absolute cause and the material or physical universe as effect do not contradict each other. And so I know that was a little bit odd and a little bit heavy way to start a talk, but are you feeling the idea that we are creative beings, that we are, did I lose everybody in the idea of our teaching symbol? You got it, right? So we could pluck out what we don't wish to experience in our life. If we're experiencing a lack of housing, right, we can call forth divine right housing. If we want to manifest romantic relationships, we can, for me, what I recommend is becoming the list of those qualities and traits that we wish we need to become that ourselves, and then we use ourselves as a force field or a magnet and say, now come to me, whatever candidates meet the magnet in that. Does that make sense? We can do that for divine right employment. We can do that for divine right health and wholeness and healing. So we're the creative beings that are happening. But I thought it was important to just go back to a basic idea of what the teaching symbol means, what the whole entire teaching of science of mind means, right? Thoughts are things. Words have power, right? And when you come in through the double doors of the sanctuary, it says, change your thinking, change your life. And what I say as an update to that is we have to change the beliefs behind the thinking, the energetic frequency behind the thinking, in order to magnetize, energize, and create those things we really want to experience in our life. So I see some people were about 50% back on a little bit of a track of what you normally would hear from me up here. So on unity, I have a quote, and it goes like this. It's from Tom Shriver. The book is called The Call to Unite. In this world that we're creating together, nobody has to fit in because everybody already belongs. Unity is not the opposite of diversity. Unity requires diversity. Unity is the truth of sacred scripture. It is the truth of oral indigenous peoples. It's the truth written in our hearts that we can test in our lives. When we feel separate, we suffer. That's why we find happiness in belonging. We are one. No one can be left out. We are made to be together. From Holmes, Words That Heal Today, page 113. The song of hate must be laid down if we're to sing a hymn of praise. We must let go of any sense of separation from good if we are to become conscious of union with God. And this is kind of a long but good quote on the golden rule. This is from Rainn Wilson, Soul Bloom. The golden rule in religious traditions, the Baha'i faith, lay not on any soul a load that you would not wish to be laid upon you, and desire not for anyone the things you would not desire for yourself. From Christianity, do to others as you would have them do to you, Jesus. Confucianism, one word which sums up the basis of all good conduct, loving kindness. Do not do to others what you would not done to yourself. Hinduism. This is the sum of duty. Do not do to others what would cause pain if done to you. Islam. Not one of you truly believes until you wish for others what you wish for yourself. Muhammad. Judaism. What is hateful to you, do not do to your neighbor. Rabbi Hillel, the Talmud. Taoism. Regard your neighbor's gain as your own gain and your neighbor's loss as your own loss. The Lao Tzu. At its core, the golden rule is about one universal concept, compassion. Deeply consider the great spiritual traditions, implore how your actions might affect another person. Put yourself in their shoes, exercise empathy, use your heart's imagination and consider their feelings in the same way we intimately consider our own. Put into action, make it spiritual law. To me, that was really beautiful about the idea of a spiritual system, right? We're experiencing, I think we're seeing and feeling now a time, if we check the news or check in with politics, what's happening not only in our country, in other countries. You see, did anybody check what's happening, for example, in Venezuela? Okay, so if they didn't want the results of the actual votes, they just created their own. And so there's a process happening in Venezuela of seeing if there's a physical record of the free will, the volition of the voters, right? That could very well easily happen here, very well. So this idea of this spiritual system, it almost seems to me like, how does anybody ever feel separate from it? I have, right? So I think it's an energy, it's a consciousness, it's a flow. And so because of that, I feel like we have our own free will and our own volition that we can choose again. We can recreate again, right? We can stop, we can pause, we can reflect, we can consider what it is we wish to desire as the outcome from our life in any single category, and we can start anew. We always have that ability to start over again, to start anew. If we're feeling other, right? If we're feeling separate from, for me, I like to explore my pain. I don't recommend it. It's optional. And in most of my life, I've always done that. When there's been severe pain, I explore every angle of it. And I don't even really mind staying in it. To learn and then ask whatever's happening in our individual lives, what is this, X, Y, or Z to teach me? So let's say, let's say it's a romantic relationship again. What am I to know? What am I to learn? What am I to be? What am I to become? And for me, I don't know that we can create the other partner until we become all that roster, all the list, all the qualities of it. And then we can energize and magnetize, because we're energetic frequencies, to attract it. We can command it and call it forth to us. Same thing for divine right employment. Same thing for divine right housing. Same thing for divine health and wholeness. Same thing for divine right relationships. Same thing for this divine sacred community. Right? It can be in every single category. So I want to encourage this idea of self-reflection too, especially when we're in pain or feel pain. I don't want to ever not acknowledge somebody else's pain. And I don't think that we need to do that in our teaching. At the same time, they're in the midst of pain, even a transition. We know that they'll eventually, we can drop our mortal coil and then live in an eternal, another realm. So we are trained to see the divine wholeness, health, and perfection despite and including the appearance that's right before our very eyes. Does that make sense? This idea of perfect God, perfect person, right? If I say perfect God, perfect spirit, would you say your name after that? Perfect God, perfect spirit, perfect Brother Mark. Let's do it again. Perfect God, perfect spirit, perfect. Yeah. One more time. Perfect God, perfect spirit, Brother Mark. We need to elevate the frequency to be able to experience whatever it is we want to experience, and that's by our own free will. So suffering is optional. I also think it could be a great teacher. So we could explore any area in our life that has had pain, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological. Any areas that are unhealed trauma definitely will invite themselves to rise over and over again till healing is able to occur. And so the idea of the teaching symbol below, again, the top, well, you know, spirit isn't everything, it's the top. Soul in the middle, and then body, spirit, soul, body. The body is the physical effect, the form, the actual demonstration, manifestation, what we can what we can see, touch, feel, and pass to one another. Does that make sense? And so we'll have a handout that's just 2 pages that'll give you all of this in a great detail. And I wanted to encourage those who have the Science of Mind text, or you can grab it, you can go to the back, and there's multiple versions of the metaphysical chart, which just look like this, and some are simple, and some are a little more complex, meaning more words. But I want to let you know it's in the back of the text, and I made a copy for you this morning of the more complex one. Maybe I'm more complex. And it starts right before the glossary, after page 567. I made a copy of this one for you. There's one that's as simple as universal spirit and the descent of spirit with unity into the universal subjectivity, and then the particularization at the very bottom. There's other metaphysical charts as well, all relating to the teaching of Science of Mind. They're all beautiful. I'm going to read this one that's on the chart number V. The triune unity, the indivisible whole, within which is all of its parts, the absolute within, which is the relative, the uncreated within, which is the created, the changeless within, which is all change, the formless within, which is all form, the limitless within, which is all space, the timeless within, which is all time, the universal within, which is the individual, the one person within, whom are all people, source and center of all life, power, and action, truth, love, mind, spirit, the ever and the all. And so while we don't normally go at such a detailed level on a Sunday, it's part of the classwork or coursework as well, for you to explore, like the layers of an onion, what's meaningful to you in your spiritual growth and your journey. And there are a few new people who are attending who have asked for more information. And so that was part of the idea of being able to bring some of these details to a Sunday talk. So I want to acknowledge those people asking, thirsting for more insight and revelation to Science of Mind teaching. So a couple more quick things and I'll be complete. From Ephesians 4:25, so then putting away falsehood, let all of us speak the truth to our neighbors, for we are members of one another. Do you even know your neighbors? Yeah? Good, some do. Some so. You do. Your neighbor's the reason you're here. Thank you, Mario Dal. Yeah. And so we know some of our neighbors, but not all. So like the other day I saw like the flashing lights of the ambulance, and I'm like, all I could do is really pray, right? I didn't know them well enough to really make a call or go, do anything. It's in the middle of the night. And the next day they had a party in the backyard. Isn't that awesome? So you're like, okay, either that went well or maybe you could, whatever it was that happened over there, it was worth partying about, having a barbecue. We could hear it in the master bedroom. Isn't that interesting that we sometimes think that we're trained to think certain things mean a certain thing and they don't always mean that, right? So I think this idea, one of my favorite words from the whole talk today, and it was spelled out in one word. It just said loving kindness. I love that. Do you love that? Let's say it out loud. Loving kindness. Can you? Are you? Will you? Let's try it again. Loving kindness. Can you? Are you? Will you? Do you? Okay, good. Yeah, because the idea, like that could be, the other day I was in a big place working, and a lady was shopping, and on her towel was a little praying mantis. It looked like a baby praying mantis. And she asked me for some help to just find like a little something, like a demo cup or something to try to save it. And she wanted to take it home to her garden. To me, that's like loving kindness. Or sometimes in the house, we give ultimatums to the flies, even the mosquitoes or a bee, right? We can say, I'm going to give a couple chances for you to make a safe exit here back to from where you came, right? That's loving kindness too, right? Sometimes if we see, a lost, somebody's pet probably, we try to get them reunited back together. It's not always possible, but it's nice to have some loving kindness, right? You may see online, did you see online, there's some incredible things where there was a video of a guy that he saw on the beach, a sea turtle turned upside down and just put the sea turtle the right side up and it was able to swim away. Or sometimes you'll see in a boat what's caught in a net is able to be uncut from a net. It's really beautiful to see. So this idea of loving kindness is also a responsibility, just as when we learn any teachings of any spiritual truth, it now becomes a responsibility of ours. We have to take a responsibility and accountability because an expanded mind cannot retract. I first heard that from Reverend Michael Beckwith. It's been told by others as well in various forms. Do you all understand that one? An expanded mind cannot retract. So once we've taken the classes and we've done the work, we already are at a level that we can pretend we don't know, we can pretend we won't operate from, and at the same time Spirit knows, for that one's done, that one already, we can't fool Spirit. So we have to live our life in a greater and higher and more unified way with the whole. It's our responsibility now to have more loving kindness, right? From Hinduism, your real self is identical to the ultimate energy of which all things in the universe are a manifestation. From Islam, from the Quran, and among his wonders is the creation of the heavens and the earth and the diversity of your tongues and colors. From Holmes, one opinion consistent with the truth is not a positive statement, but an absolute fact. One announcement from the mind that knows will set the world on fire. Our time should be devoted to knowing the truth that sets us free from the problem of ignorance, that truth which alone can bring enlightenment to the world. That war should cease. That people should live together in harmony because they have recognized the divinity within each other. And I think that's what we do for the most part here and in all spiritual centers. It's good to feel acknowledged, is it not? So if you're willing, just look around the room and say, the divine in me salutes the divine in you. The divine in me salutes the divine in you. The divine in me salutes the divine in you, right? That feels good. It feels good to be recognized. From Scripture, 1 Timothy 4:14 through 16. Do not neglect the gift that is in you, which was given to you by the council of elders. Put these things into practice. Devote yourself to them, so that all may see your progress. Pay close attention to yourself and to your teaching. Continue in these things, for in doing this you will save both yourself and your hearers. Isn't that beautiful? And I think of the magnificence of even the tilde and the teaching symbol. Do you see it? It's that little mark that goes up. Allows for things like self-driving cars, quantum physics, the truth that comes from readers, healers. So I think of even the blessings that come from the medical physical fairs and shop. Thank you, Anne, for bringing those and for being your devotion to that. Because you know what? If somebody receives a healing from that, it's part of the idea that the science of mind was never meant to be the ultimate word. It was never, we don't lock the doors when you come in here. If I could bring back all the people who have ever been here in the last 10 years, we'd have to do 2 services a day. I can think of a solid 80 or more people who are amazing people, just like you. So let's just take a minute and we'll magnetize them back. Ready? Join me. We're practicing. Next, we'll work on your romantic relationships right after this. First, we do this. So we're calling forth all those who have ever set foot in this place in the last 70 plus years. If they're still alive, come on back. Lend a hand. Become involved. See it thrive for the next 70 plus years. Eileen's all Club 290, Club 290, Club 290, Club 290. Club 290. See Eileen after. Club 290. You know this works, by the way, and thank you, Anne. Anne, whenever we started having a bunch of new people come, Anne goes, I know, because Anne's been holding that, one of our board members. I know, expected, and that's how the prayer works, right? You expect you're good. We magnetize the force field, that's us. And it's even happened before here. Thank you for that. You can keep doing it too, or just let it be. Even during a live stream, somebody drove over. They lived that close. Isn't that funny? Don't be surprised if you see somebody trying to grab your piece of pizza later, or your salad, or your favorite donut. Yeah. So we're all part of the spiritual universe. If we feel separate from it, we can use our free will, our volition, right? If we're separate from any part of it, we can use our pain. In the midst of illness, we can use our pain to call forth for our highest and best good. We can use our despair. We can use all the unhealed parts of us to transform, to reveal what's for our greatest and highest good. We have that power. Is that amazing? Just say, I have all divine power. Do you? I have all the divine power at my disposal. Do you? I have all divine power for good at my disposal. Yeah, because the other way of the science of mind and this idea, it also can create a whole other world. Right? We're seeing that happen right now on our planet. So it's for good, for the highest and best good, for all sentient beings, right? Bring harm to no one. And the idea, the catchword for today, who remembers it? It's 2 words spelled out as 1 word. Yeah, loving kindness. So let's affirm that together. I am loving kindness. Are you? All right. And so it is. Thank you. Gelman? All right, everybody. Thank you. I guess I'm going to put this away. I thought I could do more Sundays on it. So if you want to take a look at it, it's amazing, but I'll only pick the best parts of it. I'm not going to try to go that deep anymore. I'm going to go, I want you to go to the lending library and see if your hands are drawn to anything, and then take it with you today to study it. All right? And now it's time for our offering. It's our time for conscious giving. So the usher is coming forth, and I invite you to take your tithes, your gifts, and your offerings and hold them close to you and just say a blessing over them. From the love of pure spirit within me, we can put the affirmation up on the screens at some point if you like. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
Bless this gift.
I send it forth.
Send it forth
To heal and bless and prosper.
Heal and bless.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
Evidence of my faith and my belief.
And my loving kindness.
My loving
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
So it is. Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And now I invite the congregation to outstretch our hands toward the offerings received. Know that they come in all week. It's really an amazing thing. They do come in all week in various modes and methods. So if you want to click on a Donate Now button or in the chat, our technician will put in the link for that. For those who contribute by Venmo and PayPal, Zelle. We want to thank those who are filling out forms to donate during the times you're unable to be here as well. And we just bless this offering. We know it's sufficient to continue the mission, the purpose, the loving kindness of CRS Redlands as we continue to grow, develop, unfold, and expand. And I invite you to say together with me, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, ushers, for your time and service. And now Rick will have our announcements for today. They're here too.
Join us today at 11:30 a.m. after service for our special membership meeting. All are welcome. Mark your calendar for an estate sale benefiting CRS Redlands, provided by Christy and the family of beloved Dr. Ruth and David Wilkerson. Join the book club on Tuesday and Thursdays from 7:30 to 8, hosted on Zoom by Holly. Stay with us after service for potluck, snacks, and fellowship. And thank you for being with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. And then Audrey, what did I give the wrong date on the announcement? What? Thank you, everybody. We'll rise for the closing song. Double doors will open in the back.
I used to think I would always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation. On the outside, things look good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide. Sing along with me now. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Yes, I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide